This is fine, I guess, but where's the futuristic dinosaur city? And also, where's Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper? Why can't it be 1993 yet? Mario's the mascot of Nintendo and the world's most famous video game character. But I'm guessing most of you knew that because, come on, he's Mario. And I've been a fan for the majority of my life. So I was bound to watch this movie eventually. Haven't you been watching the Forecast channel? The original Super Mario Bros., which released on the NES, or Nintendo Entertainment System, in 1985, was a massive success. Even today, it's still the best-selling game in the series, and one of the best-selling games in general, at 40 million copies. And Mario has even remained relevant ever since then. Sometimes. So of course, they decided to make a movie about it in 1993. And 2022. Man, I can't wait to see a Mario movie starring... Actually, I can, and I have to. So in the meantime, we're watching a Mario movie where the plot is weird and dumb and also inaccurate to the source material. Why can't it be about reptiles instead of reptiles? Or at least that's what Rotten Tomatoes and the government want me to think. I haven't actually seen the movie yet as of this recording. Let's put an end to that. Oh wait, that involves buying it. Fine. Super Mario Bros. It's a blast. This ain't no game, it's a live-action thrill ride. Tell me something I don't know. Eye-popping special effects. Oh yeah, I can feel the surgery already. We start out simple enough with just the Mario theme. Then suddenly there's a narrator with a heavy Brooklyn accent, explaining real nice and good how the meteor was actually created a parallel dimension where the dinosaurs evolved into Dennis Hopper. Because he's a reptile. Because look at his hair. Wait, reptiles have hair in this universe? Low quality dinosaur animation's my only weakness. So yeah, it's pretty out there, but to be fair, Mario doesn't really have a lot of plot, especially back in the early 90s. It usually just boils down to, oh golly, a reptile stole my girlfriend? Not again! Even today, that's the plot of most of the games. But in 1993, this was the plot of all of the games, almost. And you know what? It would be kinda hard to stretch that over an hour and 45 minutes. But maybe it's also hard to come up with a new plot from scratch. I'll give it a chance, maybe it could be good or so bad it's good. Let's cut to the chase. Literally. After the movie opens with Brooklyn guy narrating, it opens again with Brooklyn lady being chased through Brooklyn in 1973 in the rain in Brooklyn. I wonder if this movie takes place in Calgary. She drops off a weird metal egg at a church, and then she gets chased down by Dennis Hopper, Bowser, Koopa. Then a baby comes out of the egg. Oh, I see how it resembles the games now. Some kind of crystal thing. Then we cut to Brooklyn in the modern day, 1993. Finally! We even get a view of New York's skyline the way it's supposed to look. Wait, so you mean it's not Calgary? Mario Bros. Plumbing service, I bet it's doing great. I bet they're not 3 months behind on rent. I bet they're not losing to their business competitor, Spaghetti Instruction. Scapelli Construction. This is Mario and Luigi Mario, the Mario Bros. Mario being played by Bob Hoskins and Luigi being played by John Leg. They meet up with Princess Daisy to talk about archaeology or something. This is Princess Daisy, based on Princess Daisy, except for some reason in the movie she's also a college student, and the baby that hatched from the metal egg in the beginning of the movie, which means she's likely made of metal, just like the government. Who can I trust anymore? What, am I made of metal too? Oh yeah, there's also these two reptile guys that are looking for Daisy. You can tell that they're reptiles because they don't wear one of the 5 accepted outfits in Brooklyn. This is Iggy and Spike, and I cannot tell them apart. They're kind of like the 2 bumbling henchmen comic relief trope. The boss is gonna kill us if we don't do the thing. Shut up! But anyway, after a bunch of unsuccessful attempts to kidnap Daisy, they have a successful attempt at kidnapping Daisy. It's not a Mario without a kidnapping. Maybe this movie is accurate to the games. Oh wait, Daisy faces her face through the wall, never mind. It's not a Mario without a Daisy in the wall. Actually wait, Super Mario 64 was a game where you jump through paintings and walls to get to levels, but it came out 3 years later. I like the idea of Nintendo furiously taking notes at this part, even if that probably definitely didn't happen because they hate this movie. Then the Mario Bros phase through the wall too. What about me? Bob Hoskins falling. The bros keep running after her until they end up in an alternate reality version of New York where everyone's a reptile, just like the government. Also, everything's covered in gross fungi. I don't recommend eating nachos while watching this. Cut to Dennis Hopper playing President Koopa, who also happens to be a reptile. I knew it! And he also happens to be really gross. Here's a few things that he actually says in the movie.
Little girls never forget the first time they're kissed by a lizard.
I'll never forget the first time I heard that line, because what?
You know what I love about mud? It's dirty and
Clean at the same time, he says while bathing in mud. I spent $8 on this movie. I could have used that money to buy Super Mario Bros. The movie, and I did.
If you mess this up, I will personally kill you.
This one's not gross, I just think it's kind of funny.
Monkey!
Okay, I'm getting way out of focus. During his introduction scene, he's complaining about how the reptile world, Dino Hatton, doesn't have enough resources compared to our world, which has too many, and he wants to merge the two worlds together so he can take all the resources. Oh yeah, and he said something about killing all the mammals or whatever. There's not enough mammal genocide in this. And also something involving the stone that Daisy always wears around her neck, which is actually revealed to be part of the original meteorite that killed all the dinosaurs. Yeah, cool, whatever. When am I gonna use this in life? This isn't taxes. Good thing the Mario Bros still have the stone. They lose it. Then they get arrested and interrogated by Koopa. Wait, this is what they made Toad look like? He then starts complaining about the government. Super Mario Bros. Is my favorite political thriller. Koopa, of course, doesn't appreciate this because he's the government, so he does what anyone would do when they're insulted, and he hooks him up to a de-evolve machine, or as I like to call it, a reverse puberty machine, which causes him to de-evolve into a— Wait, this is what they made Goombas look like? Also, Toads de-evolve into Goombas? Why didn't anyone tell me? I need to know stuff like that. How else am I gonna do my taxes? And then Iggy and Spike get put in the de-evolve machine too. Except when they go in, it's on the evolve setting. So I guess just puberty. Now they're smart enough to find the square root, any square root, and complain about the government. Anyway, after that, they team up with the Mario Bros because, I don't know, they were bored or something. Wait, most of the movie takes place in the Twin Towers? And then there's a scene where Mario gets the stone back through the power of dance. Then blah 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 stuff happens, he loses the stone again. Then Mario and Koopa have a fight in the middle of the city with a bunch of flamethrowers. This is a real movie. Somebody jams the meteorite piece into the original meteorite, then the worlds merge for a bit. Oh no. And Koopa says,
Monkey!
Then Luigi and Daisy take the stone back out, causing the worlds to unmerge after they were merged for about 5 metric seconds. Then Mario shoots Koopa with the de-evolve gun, which causes him to reverse puberty into a dinosaur, and then into this. Maybe it could be goo or slime or melted fruit by the foot or 5 gum or Nickelodeon slime, and then everyone cheers. I think Mario figured out how to unify this divided country. And also Daisy's father is back. He was the first victim of the reverse puberty machine, and it turned him into all the fungus that's scattered around everywhere. Good, I was worried this movie wouldn't be gross enough. Then Daisy barges into Mario and Luigi's apartment with a flamethrower, and guys, you're not gonna believe what happens next. The credits are about to roll. This movie's a mess, but I think we should take a minute to consider its very troubled production history. Pretty much everyone involved considered this the biggest regret of their careers. There were a lot of creative differences and rewrites. The leads in the film were literally drunk in a lot of the scenes because they just couldn't get through it sober. Bob Hoskins almost died on set multiple times. And to top it all off, the film was critically panned and didn't even make half of its money back at the box office. Video game movies notoriously have a reputation for being awful, and most people will point to this movie as the quintessential example of that. Its legacy seems to be set in stone as one of Nintendo's biggest failures for several reasons. With that said, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I went into this expecting to make fun of it, like, that's not what happens in the game. Boring. And sure, I've been doing that, but I really appreciate how bonkers the whole thing is. It's not very faithful to the 5 Mario games that existed back then, but that ended up making the film a lot more unpredictable. I mean, for the first 2/3 of the movie, Mario is wearing green and Luigi's wearing red. That's not the way Miyamoto intended it. I think the opening really sets the tone. How it starts off with just the Mario theme, then immediately shifts into some kind of weird exposition about how the dinosaurs are actually in a parallel dimension. Like, you could complain about how it's inaccurate to the games, but the way I see it, it really keeps you on your toes. Like, what's gonna happen next? Is Koopa actually gonna be like a humanoid and the president of some futuristic dinosaur city? I also wonder if he's gonna bathe in mud. There's flamethrowers in a movie called Super Mario Bros? Like, the insanity of it is really entertaining. So I don't really care that it's not accurate to the games, and I say that as someone who's been a huge Mario fanatic for pretty much my entire life. Actually, it might even be more accurate to the games than other people and I have implied. I mean, in general, no, but I'm talking about the little things, like how the characters phasing through the wall is a little bit like how you jump into paintings in Super Mario 64. And also, in the original Super Mario Bros., a lot of the toads canonically got turned into bricks and stuff, so the reverse puberty machine might be more on brand than you'd think. And Mario games are also kinda weird. Like, remember Super Mario Sunshine? It's about a Mario impersonator who covers a tropical island with graffiti, and so it's up to you to clear all the graffiti with a water jetpack that talks. And there's cutscenes with really weird voice acting. We'll be watching you, pal. We'll know if you start slacking off. Oh yeah, and also Mario gets arrested and goes to court. But I'm getting way out of focus again. So disregarding the accuracy, is it a good movie? That's tricky. It sure is memorable, and I genuinely kind of like the world building and action sequences. Like, I think the reverse puberty machine is kinda cool. Or the second opening in Brooklyn in 1973 in the rain in Brooklyn. Also the scene where Mario and Luigi are chasing Iggy and Spike to save Daisy. Did I mention this movie has flamethrowers 3 times already? However, I think the dialogue is pretty bad. Like, I was making fun of Koopa's dialogue earlier. Monkey! And the dialogue between Luigi and Daisy was really cheesy. And there's also a part where Mario says, "I'm gonna break every bone in his body and then I'm gonna kill him." I can't do the Bob Hoskins Brooklyn voice. Maybe this movie is bad, but basically if you've ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit, imagine Eddie Valiant's voice. The other thing I don't really like about the movie is the gross out factor. I'm mainly just talking about the fungus everywhere and all the gross, squishy sounds that it makes. I would add Koopa's dialogue to the list, but I found it to be more funny than gross. So should you watch this movie? That's your decision. I can't decide everything for you. If you are interested, then you should know that it's on none of the streaming services. I guess it's because the government doesn't want you to see it, but that's my excuse for everything. Where are your taxes? The government didn't want me to pay them. Bad example. But also, if you have a DVD player, you can still easily find the DVD online, I think. VHS tapes? I don't know, but this movie is from the 90s. In conclusion, I have an addiction to joking about the government.